honest, who do you call when you are at your lowest? Who is that one person?
Nobody. I'm a man. No one cares.
Not a single soul. Nobody.
No one. Because I'm all alone.
I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that I don't call anyone.
Nobody. I'm a guy. Nobody gives a shit.
Speaking for the guys when I say this, literally no one.
Do y'all call someone?
Nobody. Just nobody. Got no one to talk to. Got nobody. Who cares?
No one. I'm a man. No one cares.
No one. Not a single fucking person.
I wouldn't call anyone. I wouldn't turn to a single person on this earth because they don't care. They will just find a way to use it against me.
Watching a video like this genuinely breaks my heart. You can see, when you look into the eyes of these young men, you can just see the pain. You can see the hurt, right? And it's sad because these days we have all this wokeism, we have this Disney garbage, we got all these boss-ass biatches telling us men just to shut up, stay quiet. Got APA guidelines telling us men that masculinity is toxic, and it's just all these thoughts that are being imposed on us. It's confusing us, right? And what does the Bible say? It says that Satan is the author of confusion. And I feel like that's the state that us men are in these days. So hey, check it out. We got one group of people telling us men to just show all your emotion. It's okay to be weak. It's okay to be soft. It's perfectly fine to just let loose of all your emotions. And then you got this other group, more like of the boss-ass biatch feminist group, telling us men to shut up, be quiet, be silent. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, now you got this red pill manosphere rising up, almost telling us a similar message. Hey, shut the hell up, bro. Stop showing emotion. Be stoic. Stiffen up that upper lip and stay moving forward. Show no weakness. And I just got asked this a couple months ago, actually. Someone asked me, hey, Dre, how do you find the perfect balance between power and vulnerability? And as I thought about it, I was just like, you know what? There's much power actually found in vulnerability. That's where you find your power, when you're vulnerable, bro. A couple months ago, I was talking with this young man who I've been, I see at the gym every here and there for the last couple years, and we sat down and we had a deep conversation for about 20 minutes. And you know me, and I was just talking about this with I just got off a 3-hour war call with my bros, and in the war club, and I was just sharing them this story. And I said, you guys know me. I'm a very open person. I put all my dirty laundry out there, right? That's just how I am. If my past addictions, if my past failures, if the darkest moments of my life can bring light to somebody else, if it can help lift up another man, then hey, so be it. And I'm going to share that story. And so, anyways, I was sharing this story with my guys in the war club. I was telling them how when I was talking to this young man at the gym, I was very open about some things that I was dealing with. And what did that do? What did my vulnerability do? When I opened up myself, it began to open up him. And you just saw his face light up. Almost like, oh, finally another man I can talk to and vent to and open up to. It's almost like he had bottled up all these dark secrets and frustrations, and it was almost like you could see it. You could see it in his posture. You could see this heavy load just falling right off. His burden became light. And so what I'm trying to get at here is, check it out. So we are on the topic of lust, right? And as I was talking about the things that I deal with, it caused him to open up. And he said, you know what's crazy, bro, is I spent all last year, he said, so immersed into my lust, into my sexual addictions. I was sleeping with all kinds of women. I was watching porn every single night. And I was like, yeah, bro, it's like the more you go down that route, lust is never satisfied. So when you satisfy that lust, that urge, you think that, okay, I'm good now, but no. That lust, it keeps growing. It's like fungi, right? It just keeps growing and it keeps expanding, and you're never satisfied. You want to And so when you get that dopamine spike, what happens? You think to yourself, okay, now I'm good. You know, God, I promise I won't do it again. But then what happens? You got to hit that high again. Why? Because that little evil little spirit that's attached to you, it gets hungry again. It needs to eat again. And so you gotta. It's not you that you're trying to satisfy. It's the evil spirit within that needs to eat again. It needs to feast. It needs to be satisfied. And so he went on and he said to me, he was just fully transparent. He said, because I've been feeding my lust so much this last year, just a couple weeks ago, he said, I had my first homo gay thought. And right off the bat, you guys probably watching this right now are going to be like, oh, dude, oh, that's so gay. Oh, what an idiot. And it's kind of wild because Satan, you got to give him credit, bro. He's a lot more smarter than you realize. Most of us here on this channel, I'm 31 years old. Most of you guys are in your 20s. You've only been alive for a couple of decades, if that. Satan has been working. He's been seducing. He's been tempting. He's been slithering his way on in there in men's lives for a good 6,000 years. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to be strategic. Right? And just like how I tell guys, I've said this before here on this channel so many times, whatever sin that you're dealing with, God will be patient with you. He'll work with you, right? We don't conquer our sin for God. No, we conquer our sin with him. And he'll be patient with you. Just how like my 16-year addiction, right? God was patient with me during that whole time. And he worked with me. Satan will work in the same exact way. Satan will also be patient. He'll also wait for the right time to attack, to tempt you. And he'll have these little pitfalls set up along the way, just little ones. And then it's only then, in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that you look back and you're like, how did I get here? How am I this type of man? How did I fall into this type of sin? There's men who are in prison for the rest of their lives, sitting there going on their beds in their cells, going, how did I get to this state, bro? How am I doing 25 to life? What happened? And that's exactly what happened with this young man. He's like, bro, I had never thought that I would ever be dealing with a homo thought. What? That's not me. And I just want to let you know, bro, if you're the type of guy that's like, oh, no, that'll never happen to me. I'm not that type of guy. You sure, bro? Those types of guys are usually the ones that eventually end up falling, or going down that route, right? That route that they never would have thought they would have went. And so the whole message here is just to be aware, my brothers. I'll tell you what, bro, complacency, not being aware, being caught off guard, that's all Satan's waiting for. He's waiting for that little foothold that he can latch himself onto. And once he's in there, bro, it's hard to get back on track. It's hard to get out of that armbar, right? And I'm not saying that, you're going to go gay or anything like that, but what I am saying is that Satan knows exactly how to trip you up. He knows exactly how to take you down a dark, diabolical path that you would have never thought you would have went down. He knows how to get you, and you got to be aware. And so like these men in these videos today that are holding on to all their pain and all this darkness that they got bottled up, nah, bro, that's not masculine to hold on to that. That's actually the opposite. That's actually weakness when you hold on to it. When you are vulnerable, that shows true strength. That's actually how you overcome and conquer, is through genuine camaraderie, genuine brotherhood. You need another brother that you can be vulnerable with. This is why I created, for those of you who want to join, I have a free community I just launched this last week called Warriors Realm. I'll link it down below. And then we also have the paid version, which is Wake Up War Club. Like I just said, I just got off a 3-hour call with the guys, and our relationship right now, our friendship, our bond is becoming so deep right now. Our roots are going deep, right? We're creating something so beautiful here that I personally never had in my entire life. And it's just crazy to see the breakthroughs that are happening right now. It's wild to see these men, their lives are transforming before my very eyes. I'm transforming even myself, bro, I've never had this much growth as a man in my entire life than when I started Wake Up War Club. But that's besides the point. I'm not saying that you have to join, our thing, our community. That's the only way to grow. I'm not saying that. But if you can find something like that you can connect into, a group of men that you can actually lean on and trust in. A lot of the problem with these modern day men, right, like in these videos, is they're too afraid to open up to anybody because they've been burned, they've been roasted, people have used those things against them, right? And that's why it's so important to have a Christ-driven fellowship. That's what we've created. Men that are actually like-minded, that all want to serve God. And eventually that's what we want to do here. We want to lead each other back to Christ. And like my good friend in the War Club said the other day, he brought up a good point, and he said, what you need is not discipline, right? All of us men, we're all so focused on getting more discipline. How do I get more self-discipline? And it's like, that's not what you need, bro. What you need is accountability. Accountability infinitely supersedes, infinitely surpasses discipline. Discipline is almost just like you have seasons in your life. It's almost like a dopamine spike. You have seasons where you have a lot of discipline, some seasons where you don't. But if you want to stay on your path constantly, if you don't want to have seasons in your life where you get derailed or you get off track, but you just want to stay pushing forward, stay on the path that God has for you, it's accountability, bro. That's what you need. That's what men need above all else. Lone wolves get slaughtered. And a lot of the times we're all so focused on being Mr. Lone Wolf, being my most disciplined self. No, bro. You really think you can conjure up enough power 24/7 to keep yourself on track? I don't have enough trust in myself. Nah, bro. I need Christ. I need Christ-driven brothers. So hey, this is an open invitation for you to join the Warriors Realm right now. It's absolutely free. Get in there. Start talking with the other guys. Don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to find another member that you can jump on a one-on-one call with, right? We highly encourage that. Men need an outlet, and the more that I contribute myself and the more that we dive deep into these just amazing conversations in the War Club, the more that the more apparent it is to me that brotherhood is just, it's so needed. So many men don't have it these days. And that's why, in my opinion, so many men are just lost. They're confused. They don't have that camaraderie. They have no brothers that they can lock arms with and truly rely on. The Bible says there's a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And that's what we're creating right now. So, hey, if you want to join us, hit the link down below and I'll see you in there. Peace.